Good afternoon, one and all. How are we doing, everybody? We are live. We are back once again. Because daily content never ends. We've got, I think somewhere in the region of another 3-4 weeks of content where there's a bit of Josh every day. Thank you very much, Iriel. Those noise marines were amazing. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. There is a lot. There is a lot of Emperor's Children content on the way that we're working on at the moment, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Hang on. Okay. There we go. 2 hours to get 900 more views on the Noise Marines. Let's go. Yeah, man. Yeah. 7:30 is the deadline. Oh, excuse me. Oh, needed that. It's currently sat at, the Noise Marines video has had 9,600 views in the first 24 hours. It is less than 400 away now from being my most successful video in the first 24 hours ever. So if you haven't already, please do open the video and have a watch. And also stick around on the stream. You can either mute the stream or mute the video, whichever you prefer. But if we can get a bunch of views on it, that would be excellent. I would appreciate that immensely. I am not a fan of Emperor's Children, but your colour scheme came out incredible that I am tempted to pick up some up just to try it. Oh, I'd love to hear that, Colonel. Seeing your Emperor's Children, I wanted them. Great work. Oh, that's awesome, Maureen. That's the game. I am an influencer after all. And today we are working on more Emperor's Children. So I will give you the quick lowdown on this. We need to finish off one. There's 2 more left to do for 2 different schemes. So at the moment, what we are currently working on is a scheme called the Glittering Myriad, which is in the book, and it looks thusly. It is a white scheme for the Emperor's Children, and this is where we got to with it. I need to do the silver and the gold, basically. It's always the last 2 things. So that's the Glittering Myriad, and that's what we're currently working on today, and that's what we're going to be finishing. However, what we also have done is we have done this one, which is called the Threnodic Choir. It's gorgeous, this one. I love this scheme. Hang on, come here. There we go. So that is a Threnodic Choir. It's a gold scheme with purpled silver, which I just think looks amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I love this. I love it very, very, very much. So yeah, that's the Threnodic Choir. We then have one that we've already done and finished. We need to do the base on, so we'll do this as well. That's the classic purple right there. Come here. Thank you. So there you go, classic purple. That is on the way. I like it. I think it looks good. It's lovely. And of course, we've done the pink and black. There it is. So this is just 4. Now there's another one. There's another one yet to come, which I haven't started yet. Maybe we'll get a start on it today. I'm going to show it to you now. It's in the book. And it's called the Cacophonist, I think? No. It's not called that. That's a model. The scheme that we're going to do is the Constrictus. That's what it's called. So I don't know how well you guys can see this. There it is. Tormentor of the Constrictus. So we're going to be doing that scheme as well. As you can see, that's the Glittering Myriad right there that we've been working on. And that's the Threnodic Choir as well. So those are the 3 alternate schemes that are in here. And we're going to be doing all of them. Any lore in the book for those other schemes? Don't know, maybe. I haven't read the book cover to cover. I've been too busy trying to paint it all. Demons, Slanesh, Sonic Weaponry, Aspirants of Superiority, Lucius the Eternal, Lords of Excess, the Warp Touch, Fulgrim, Many Splintered Myriad. No, it doesn't look like it. But again, I haven't read this thing cover to cover. Not really. I just haven't had time. As you can tell, I've painted quite a lot of miniatures in the last week and a half. Should I wait for the World Eater and Death Guard refresh before buying any? Well, I don't think World Eaters or Death Guard are going to get very much, to be honest. I suspect they're both getting a character each, and then demons. I'll be painting my Lord Exultant in a heresy scheme of purple and gold. What colour would you recommend for the cloak? I can't decide. Probably black. You could go for black or red. You could check out the things like, if you just, I think the reference point for you for any heresy versions of this scheme is the Forge World website. Whatever they say, that's what you do. Would be my recommendation. The big 40 months. 40 months indeed, Jack. The big 40 months. Is there any alternative I can use to the Stormfeeding Undercoat for Marshall Dreer? Thanks. You could try Leviathan Blue. It's a darkish blue. I would guess, ladies and gentlemen, that we'll be getting a preview stream for Adepticon, and I suspect that that's going to be announced this week or next week. Because Adepticon is like 21 days away, something like that. It's not far away, and they usually do a bunch of reveals around it. And that might be where we see what World Eaters and that are getting. But World Eaters are getting a kill team, and that might be it. Maybe. It might be Thousand Suns get a bit more this year. But again, I also sincerely doubt it. Colonel, thank you very much for being a member for 20 months. I shall read your message in just a minute. But the Tattooed Zoologist has gifted a Warhipster membership because he's an absolute legend. Thank you very much for supporting your local streamer. It's very kind of you. And, oh man, love the white and black schemes. Can't wait to see you do that. Thank you for all you do for this community, Josh. Thank you for all you do for me, Colonel, by being really cool. After spending the weekend painting the Night Lord's kill team, I don't know if I can do the rest of the Chaos factions. Trim City. Let's go, baby. I mean, that's what we're doing today, is Trim City. That's what we're going to be painting up. We are going to be filming this, of course, because it's what we have to do. But we're going to be doing the Constrictus, the Threnodic Choir, Glittering Myriad, Classic Purple, and I've got one left. And I was thinking about doing maybe a just like metallic. And that's kind of just like pulling together everything that we've done so far across all of them, but just like metallic Emperor's Children. That could be quite cool. I don't know about you guys. Don't know what you feel about that. You might think that's a terrible idea. Or you might think that's a great idea. I did also think about doing like a, you know, like the Myrmidesh Painbringers and stuff. They're all silver and stuff like that. Just doing like an all silver scheme basically. Paint it as a blood angel and sneakily add it to your army. What, just a dude with a bolt gun just in there. And a 2. And we need to wash that. I'm also holding off buying much for the Death Rattle army set coming. Oh, I know. I'm very excited for the Death Rattle army set now. You know, now that we're past Emperor's Children, at least the army set, because, you know, there will be, I'm assuming, the Flawless Blades, the Lord Cacophonist, and a Fulgrim in my future. You know, I don't pretend to believe that after having painted the Emperor's Children army set that any of you will let me off from not doing something like Fulgrim. We've had 8 painting tutorials, yes, but what about the other 4? Huh? So yeah, that's what we're doing. So here it is, Glittering Myriad. Is it your birthday today, Tattoo Zoologist? Happy birthday, if so. Oh, of course, Lucius as well. There you go. See? That's the thing, isn't it? You best not think you can get away with not doing it. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Stormhost Silver to 1 part Retributor Armor mix, and we're going to use this to highlight all of the gold. Make it nice and bright and sharp. Around all of this trim. There we go. Right, this is going to be me for the next 20 minutes. Basically. Aaron, thank you very much for becoming a member. That is very kind of you. If you haven't already, do make sure to join us in the Discord. That's a stunning white scheme, best I've seen for these guys. Yeah, I was looking in the... Because obviously, I mean, we talked about this before the Emperor's Children set came out. I said, like, I would do the other schemes that were in the book, and presumably there would be a purple one, and to my shock, there is not a purple one in there other than the Constrictus, but that's kind of like a very, 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 very dark purple. And it's really nice, but I was like, we can't do the whole set in Constrictus. We got to do the pink, because honestly, the pink is probably my favourite. And we did so much prep work on it. Come on. You know, I really did my homework on that one. And this is the problem with having painted so many of these in the last couple of days is, oh man, I am a little bit tired of painting Emperor's Children, and I would like to move on. So that's why we're doing this today, rather than doing like something different for Me Time Monday, because I need to at minimum get the Constrictus done. So that you're fully covered in terms of what is in the box. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, in the chat about what I can do with the 5th one. Like I said, I was thinking of doing just like a speed painted metallic, just like a super quick. Here's how we're going to do it with metallics. Purple scheme, because I think that one. I think it can really work, you know, based on things like the bolt gun on this guy and the trim on the Threnodic Choir and stuff. And I think that would be really cool. But I have been proved wrong before. Many times, in fact. The pink is the best looking, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Mark. I really like it. I just think the pink to me was, I mean, firstly it was a challenge to come up with it, and as a consequence of overcoming that challenge, I was really happy with it. So then I was like, well, this is the best scheme. The rest of these I haven't really struggled to come up with the idea for. Like even the classic purple one that we've done, I was like, well, hold on, it's just Luxie on purple, really, isn't it? Because we've painted an Emperor's Children marine in the past. The only difference is that I thinned it down and did it in 2 layers just to make sure it went on nice and smooth. This time, rather than trying to do it all in one, which actually just makes it a little bit easier on anybody who's trying to follow that one. Oviand Mastal, I hope I've said your name correctly. Thank you very much for becoming a member. That is incredibly kind of you. That puts us on 400. A nice round 400. I love it. Can we get to 500 today? I doubt it. But I would be very, very, very appreciative of anyone else who would like to become a member. You know. Like I said, if you haven't already, please do check out my Noise Marines video before 7:30. If we get to 10,000 views on that video in the first 24 hours, that is a serious milestone for me to have hit. That's never happened on the channel before. Can you believe it? And I've been round for many moons now. I have many videos that have got there, maybe after 48 hours or after a week or something, but never in the first day have we hit 10,000 views. We're just a little channel after all. Hello, Gothic Wolflight. Not based on anything, but I keep thinking about a vibrant scheme of yellow panels with light blue metallic trim. Sounds a bit weird, but interesting to see how it would come out. See, this is the thing that, Cameron, for the Emperor's Children, that is totally on brand. You have to kind of play with it a little bit just to make sure it doesn't look like the holy colours of the other gods, because some of them will get a little bit cross. Like anyone who's planning on painting your Emperor's children red and black, all that will do is anger Khorne. It's not a good idea. Those are the holy colours of Khorne, after all. Same for like how, you know, pink and purple are the holy colours of Slaanesh, blue is the holy colour of Tzeentch, and green is one of the holy colours of Nurgle. But they are always described in the lore, the Emperor's Children, as just being a riot of colour and just like uncomfortable to look at. And I think one of the things I love so much about the pink and black scheme with green hair and stuff makes it uncomfortable to look at, and I think that's why some people are completely turned off by it, because it's like, oh, it doesn't look cohesive, or it's not particularly pleasing to the eye. But that's one of the, like I said, that's the reason I love it so much, is because it's literally, it's like it's lore accurate, basically, or at least the interaction with the army that most people would have accurate, as it were. And that's why I enjoy it so much. Maybe a bubblegum scheme, baby blue and pink. Yeah. I just love the Noise Marines. Looking forward to getting started on mine now. Oh, that's awesome, Mark. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Many more to come. As I say, we've done a video that is, I think I said this in the video that we released on Saturday many times. There is a video that is how to paint Infractors and Tormentors, because there's functionally no difference between them other than their loadout and their data sheets. You know, one is the shooty guys, one is the pokey guys. So I was like, we're not gonna just we can't do two separate videos on this because it's exactly the same thing. So I did all 10 of them in 2 units of 5 for one video. So that's one that's on the way. We've got a Lord Exultant on the way as well. And then we have these five schemes as well, which we're trying to put together to make sure that you are all adequately supported for any of your Emperor's Children endeavours in the future. Tattoo Zoologist, you gifted another membership. That is very, very kind of you. I shall update the tracker in but a moment. Truly legendary support. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Whew. So much gold. Where are we? Here we are. Aha. I want to do mine in 30k colours. Do you think one coat of Luxion purple will be fine, or 2 thin coats? So I've done one with 2 thin coats, AJ Smithy. There is a video coming. There it is. So you'll be able to follow that one. Doom Dives with catapults are currently all I'm excited about in a bit of a rut. Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. Are you thinking of painting a Noise Marine in the colours of the classic one at all? Would be a riot. No. I simply do not have the time. I've got other things to move on to. I need to paint 3 more models and then I need to move on to next week's content. That purple was smooth. Oh, thank you, Britters. I can tell you how I did this. So that is... I believe, if I remember rightly, my ratios might be slightly off, but it's 4-to-1 Luxion Purple, Lamia Medium, then a 2-to-1 Lamian Medium Luxion Purple. And then if you need to, not that I did, but I show it in the video, as I like to do whenever I can, we do a glaze of Phoenician Purple over the top. And then there's just one highlight, and it's, I want to say Gene Stealer Purple. No Zebra Fur scheme. Sag. Jack, I am resisting so hard. I watch a bunch of streamers, and there's a couple of them who do the j thing at the end of all of their words, and it makes me laugh every time. And I am resisting the urge so hard to follow that, because neurodivergence and that. I hear a noise, I want to replicate it, and I'm like, oh, I could just be like, we're gonna use some lead belcher. Concentrating face. When is that purple marine video coming? It will come this week or next week. So we have we've got Infractors, Tormentors, and Lord Exultant, and then 5 schemes, and we've got 3 days of videos this week. So we've got Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday is naturally going to be something else. And then we've got Tale of Many Warhipsters on Sunday. So it'll either be this week or it'll be next week. But have no fear. It will be out before the Emperor's Children Army set is in your hands. Unless you've already got one somehow. In which case... You influencing, Bo? Or your friendly local gaming store has been naughty and handed out a copy early, which they shouldn't do. Is the poll up for the month of March? I have not jumped on Discord yet to check. There is no poll this month, Colonel. The theme for this month is March Madness. Do whatever you like. It's basically, this month is... I was asked if there was a way of making up for a month that was missed. Well, that's the way. It's March Madness. Go as mad as you like. Do whatever you like. And if it's particularly mad, or you pick up one of the older themes in addition to something, for example, like finish off something that you might have missed or whatever, this month is an opportunity to get a tick column, a gold star, towards the final prize draw for Tale of Many Warhipsters. So it's literally just March Madness. And then we will be back to voting on the theme next month. But I can explain that all properly on Sunday. As it were. Mark Jackson, thank you so much for becoming a member. Legendary. What's the prize? The grand prize of A Tale of Many Warhipsters is a painted combat patrol or spearhead or model equivalent in terms of value by myself. So you might say, I actually don't want a combat patrol from you, Mr. Warhipster. What I would like you to do, though, is paint me a Imperial Knight. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And we'll get it done. But of course, it's not restricted to that. You might just say, what I really want is a very nicely painted Lucius or something. Really, the choice is yours. It's basically the monetary value of it is up to however much a spearhead costs. Which I don't actually know because I haven't bought one for a while. Is it 95 or £100? And similarly, if you don't even want me to paint it, you can just have the box of miniatures. It's a very flexible prize. £100 for a combat patrol now. Well, there you go. £1,000. Can you imagine? I don't want to imagine. I don't want to live in that world. Okay, we're done with gold. There you go. It looks significantly more done, doesn't it, once the gold all gets highlighted? So there is just one last thing left to do, which is to highlight all of the silver, which we'll do in a moment. But when I'm doing this much metallic highlighting, I need a little break, you know? Just a little break. Oh, I need to update Mark Jackson into the members fold. And I realise, of course, that it is the beginning of a new month. You haven't gaslit yourself into loving trim yet. No, that'll never happen, Sam. I'm well aware of what's happening when I'm painting trim. Would love to see a Thronodic choir in your style, says Republic Rising. You're in luck, Republic Rising, if you're still here. Because there you go, Thronodic choir. I really like this scheme, by the way. This is why I want to do just like an all-metallic Emperor's Children scheme. Because I just think it looks beautiful. I hope this video does well, because, you know, there's a lot of potential here. Like, you know, there's a lot of really cool schemes that we can do. You know, we shall see. What's this scheme called? The one I'm doing currently. This one is called the Glittering Myriad. So Glittering Myriad, Threnodic Choir is what we're doing. And then there's the other one, which I've already forgotten the name of. Someone will remember. I said it several times. It's in the book. What was it called? It's going to annoy me now. No, it's written in my phone on my many to-do lists. It is called the Constrictus. Do a Death Guard equivalent. Well, we'll have to see what Death Guard looks like. But we do have, on the channel, in my defense, we do have Classic Green, and we do have the Pallid Hand. We even did the big guy in Pallid Hand. Let's just check on the status of the Noise Marines video. What do we reckon? 9.8 thousand! I didn't realise you had the Pallid Hand done. I'll check it out. Yeah, check it out. It's Contrast Plus How to Paint Mortarion of the Pallid Hand Vectorum. That's what I mean. I did the big guy. Hello, Sindri. I'm definitely using that white on my Stormcast if I can get even remotely close to that smooth. Yeah, so that white, the white of Glittering Myriad that I've done, and I kind of chopped and changed and ummed and ahed about this for a while, but I did need something blue. I went with Tyran Blue over Grey Seer, and then I relayered on Corax White, and then I've highlighted it with White Scar. But the White Scar highlight is really subtle. You can't really... It's not like too cutting here. But that's what we did. For that one. What scheme would you say Fulgrim is closest to? Looks very metallic. Do you know, I really haven't spent enough time with the Fulgrim picture. Some weird sentence. I haven't spent enough time looking at him. Let's have a look now. Where are you, old Fulgers? It might be that we do need to do some sort of metallic thing going on with it in order to... What? It looks more Threnodic Choir, to be honest. His body is like a mishmash of pinks and purples. It's going to be a challenge to do. And I don't think you guys are going to like me very much when it comes to coming up with that scheme. Because I think it's going to be like Shalaxi Hellbane. It's going to be basically a case of we're going to have to blend in basically thinned down Luxion purple and stuff like that. But yeah, the armour looks like Threnodic Choir to me. There's a little bit of paler metal here on the side, which is we could probably do with like brass. Because there's a bit going on here where there's got the deep gold and then you've got a slightly brassy a bit as well. He's going to be a journey. I need to know how big he is, really. The cloak's not going to be fun. The wings aren't going to be particularly fun either because there's a blending of turquoise into black. And then highlight with purple. So I mean, it's just like a riot of colour here, which is cool, but it's going to be a tough one to paint. I think this is going to be like a 3-day video that's going to take me to film. Or I just don't do it and just and ride off into the sunset. Of course I'll do it. You built and painted the Forge World one, so you've got this. Exactly. I will do it, because if I don't do it, that means that'll be the one Primarch in the 41st millennium that I haven't done now. Because as mentioned, we've done Mortarion, we've done Angron, we've done Magnus, we need to do Fulgrim, we've done the Lion, we've done Guilliman. So I'll be up to date on 40k, 41st millennium Primarchs. We've got Alfarius and we've got Mortarion to do in the Heresy. That will be another 2 to add to the list, but we're significantly further away from getting all of those done. Because I don't own them all. And they'd be expensive. Okay. I'm going to thin down some Ironbreaker now. And we're going to finish off the Glittering Myriad. And then we might be able to start the Constrictus video. Could even do a little bit of theory talk. You know? I can tell you how I'm going to figure it out. Because it's weird. But it'll work. Just trust me. Always trust me. You'll do Forge World Angron when it comes out, right? If they send it to me, yes. If not, we'll have to wait and see how expensive it is. You know, I can't just be spending money left, right, and centre all the time. You know. Here we go. Filming. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this guy finished, shall we? So with all of that gold highlighted, what we're now going to do is finish off our Glittering Myriad by taking some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the silver. There we go. Edward, thank you very much for being a member for 19 months. He asks, who will be victorious? And the only answer to that is only the faithful. That's also a very nice colour scheme. Thank you, Michael. I didn't come up with any of them. Oh, I came up with the recipes, but... I'm just doing what the book told me. I really, one of the things that is, I think, a weakness of mine as a hobbyist is being able to come up with my own schemes and have the confidence to execute them. Like, interpreting something that's been done by someone else, mostly the official schemes and stuff, I can do that no problem, and like I don't have any hesitation with painting something like this white Emperor's Children Space Marine. But at the same time, it's like if you ask me to come up with my own, like how would I want to paint it, I that way indecision lies for me. It's one of my biggest weaknesses, I think, as a hobbyist. You would argue that it makes me unimaginative and non-creative, but I would counter that by saying, nuh-uh. Yeah, I don't really know where that was going. I definitely envy anybody who like just outright rejects any form of box art and just does their own thing all the time. Because I think it's very impressive. It's very confident. It's a confidence that I lack. I also think sometimes, like, for you guys especially, like, if I was to just, like, do my own thing with it all the time, it's not conducive to good teaching, as it were. Like, I really love my Sylvaneth, I really do. But I know that at some point in my future, I will have to go and do, like, box art Sylvaneth. Because there's enough people who ask, how would you do this if you're going to do it like the box art? And I've done one. I did the Arch Revenant in a box art style. I painted that for Adam, actually, I think. I painted that for Adam. Can't remember now. I struggle with not doing box art. Yeah, it's just a tough one. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you know, and this is where I find there's a little bit of a strange thing that happens sometimes in game, is particularly with Warhammer and when you're interacting on the internet as well. Some people think it's okay to yell at you for painting the box art thing. And it's like, yeah, but it's the nicest looking one. In some occasions. Like, very rarely, well, not very rarely, obviously. I think it's very easy to do something that actually doesn't work. And it's very difficult to do something that everyone will agree on. And that's by nature of, you know, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. You know, you might really dislike the colour pink, and therefore you will not like anything that's painted pink. What you shouldn't do is tell anybody who does like pink that they're wrong, because that's it's just silly. I don't think there's any colours I dislike. There's paints that I dislike, but I don't think there's any colours that I dislike. I think I've ever looked at a colour and gone, ugh. At least in a way that wasn't demanded by the scheme, as it were. So like, you can look at something like a Death Guard model and it's got just that right putrid level of green and you're like, ugh, that looks horrible in the best way imaginable. Would you say the contrast paint style is less forgiving of mistakes than traditional acrylics? No, I would say it's different. And to the point of where the mistakes are, they're less traditional in terms of mistakes. Like, what do you class as a mistake? Like, a mistake might be that you accidentally get the wrong color on another color, and in that regard, contrast is less forgiving. But I would also class a mistake in classic painting as being not having thinned down your paint enough, and therefore you've got tide marks and you've got lumps that you'll never get rid of at that point. That's another mistake that can happen. But in contrast, you can fix that easier by using glazes or more layers or whatever, or by using a bit of medium. But once you mess up that classic in that way, so you don't thin the paint down enough, for example, and you get that textured, brushy, gritty finish on the panel, it's over at that point. You have to scrape it off, which is just you might leave some behind, and you keep doing it, and you can gum up, you can lose. Like I would also class like losing detail as a mistake that happens in classic paint, and again at that point very difficult to fix. Just again with contrast paint, if you miss a bit of a recess, just put a little bit of paint in the recess you'll be fine. So I think the mistakes are different, and I think that one is a much more traditional mistake that somebody, if you don't get your mind around it, you'll say that's harder to use, and it is in some respects. Like, accuracy is more important with contrast paint, at least in the way I do it, okay? In the way I teach it. I teach it in such a way that you use it to try and make it look as good as it possibly can. And there are other people who will teach you how to use it as a speed up your paint job mechanic that doesn't make your models look parade level, but it gets them done quickly and on the tabletop. And if you treat it as that, you'll get that. And if you treat it the way I treat it, you'll get what I do. If you try and do what I do by doing it the other way, you won't get what I get. Hey, I recently found your channel and it helped me a lot for my Lumineth Realm Lords since I'm new in the Warhammer community, so thank you again and hope you have a great day. That's very kind. Thank you, Mars. Tattoo Zoologist has been a member for a whole year. It's our year anniversary, Tattoo Zoologist. Finally catching a live stream. Love your questions. I do have one question. Why no Blood Bowl? Honestly, Thomas, it's because Blood Bowl is not very popular, and I never have time to do it. As much as, and it's great. I really like it. Let's just. I'm gonna be. I'll put my cards on the table there. But for me, it's a lot of time investment because it's not like one model, not two models. It's 10 to 12 to 15 models. That is a huge chunk of time for me to do for a video that might not necessarily land very well. Now, if there was a Blood Bowl new edition that dropped, that was like a big deal for Games Workshop because they're relaunching it, I would 100% do it, and we'd see how it lands. But dropping how to paint, is it Reichland Reavers? Is that one of them? Basically, dropping how to paint insert Blood Bowl team here won't do very well. It just won't. It'll do about as well as how to paint Frecker, Lord of the West March. So it's like 2 or 3 days worth of work for not a lot of return for me, especially when it's not a relevant time to be doing it, as it were. When it's a not relevant time for me to be doing it, I prefer to do single models that take me about a day and I can just put them out. This is a purely selfish request, but do you have any plans to do a Mutalith Vortex piece? I'd love to see how you paint one. I do have one. We shall see what my time looks like when the Thousand Suns book or Disciples of Tzeentch book is on the way. If the Thousand Suns, this is my plan, right? World Eaters. Let me talk you through content creation 101 with Warhipster. When the World Eaters book comes out, if World Eaters are getting just a single character, then, well, we don't want to just support World Eaters with just a single character, so let's do an additional video. Just you know, the thing that people want to see. And one of the things that people have asked me a lot to do is Blood Crushers. So, when the World Eaters book comes out, we depending on what they're getting, if it's just a single character or if they're getting more, but if they're just getting a single character and we want to add extra videos to World Eaters, we will do Blood Crushers as well. Because it's a video that people have been asking for, and it happens at a relevant time. Thousand Suns is the same thing. If Thousand Suns just get a character, then what we'll try and do is throw in, I don't know, Scarab Occult Terminators and some Zinch, what they're called, Zangors. Try and do those as well at the same time as Thousand Suns book. And Death Guard, it's the very same thing. Depending on what they get, and if it's just the character, we might try and get Roticus done at the same time. Just to try and just to try and like kind of just support around these books as best as possible. And also at a point where it's good for me to do it. Like, if Emperor's Children hadn't got such a big release, I might have tried to do Shalaxi Hellbane if I hadn't already done it. But Khorne I've already done a lot of videos on, and Slaanesh we've already done a lot of videos on as well. But Zinch and Nurgle we've done less on. You reckon Lamarty's could be done in a day? Only home from uni for a weekend this month, and he's suitably mad for March. Yeah. No, I did Lamarty's in a day. I did it really quickly. Asterath as well. I don't know if you remember, but I asked about Death Rattle Skeletons and Cadian Shock Troops making a kit bash. Took your advice and managed to make some. I do remember, Iffy. How did they go? Did they look good? Are you happy? Well, as long as you're happy, that's the main thing, isn't it? Pip2 number 42. Hello, everyone. Hello, Josh. Hello. How you doing? Show off your stuff. I recall Philip asking me in the chat if I would look at his Nemesis Claw kill team about how rough they are, and they're not rough. They look great. I particularly like your skin cloak. I think that looks great on the leader. I can't remember what he's called now. He does have a name though, doesn't he? It looks excellent to me. Good job on those, man. This is an absolutely amazing Lord Vigilant. Sheed him if you're watching. I love that. The colours on that are amazing. Brilliant stuff. And I've just seen you've asked as well, Jack, in the Discord, is there an alternative I can use to the Stormfiend undercoat for Marshall Dreer? Yeah, like I said, try Leviathan Blue. It's suitably dark. Demon Prince, Emperor's Children contrast paint, a great idea. Mr. Baito-san, you and I are aligned in our thinking. Because I did just order a Demon Prince because I needed a couple of paints and I wanted free shipping, and I used hobbyist math to get there. I ordered a Demon Prince to do as Emperor's Children because we've done the World Eaters one. So we might as well do this Emperor's Children one as well. And I'll see if I can get the... again, depending on time, you never know, we might do a Zinch one and a... the other one. Nurgle as well. Wings or no wings on this new Demon Prince? Well, firstly, Asmodeus, thank you so much for 5 gifted Warhipster memberships. That is amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That puts us on 407. That means we're 13 away from a comedy number. We like comedy numbers. If I put out Contrast Plus How to Paint Emperor's Children Demon Prince on foot, 90% of the comments will be asking, how would you do the wings? How does the Contrast Plus method apply to tanks? I play Chaos mostly, so the equivalent of, say, a Plague Burst Crawler or an Emperor's Children Rhino. The way Contrast Plus works on tanks is basically with a bit of difficulty. The way you do it, and I've got a couple of videos on the channel, you can see them, of how I use Contrast Plus to paint vehicles. Stuff like the Space Wolves Gladiator and the Rogel Dawn. The way you paint a tank or a large vehicle with Contrast Plus is you have to analyze your vehicle based on how many sections it is, not on the whole vehicle. You can't paint the whole vehicle at once. You have to paint it panel by panel to get it nice and smooth. You need to thin it down a little bit more than normal, and you have to use multiple layers to get there. But glazes are also your friend. So in the case of the Emperor's Children one, if we were to paint a Rhino in the same scheme that I've done, we're using a roughly 2 parts Lamia Medium to 1 part Volupus Pink mix. We're going to tackle that panel by panel, and then once it's done, we're then going to glaze the whole thing with Emperor's Children in a roughly 4 to 5 parts water to 1 part Emperor's Children mix. That will deal with it beautifully. When it comes to Death Guard, you could do the same thing, but you've got Gut Ripper Flesh as a really good paint for doing it, which is not a single pigment contrast paint, it's just not, but it's a very easy paint to apply. So again, what you do is you take a bit of Gut Ripper Flesh, thin it down, and apply it all over, panel by panel. But because you are doing Death Guard, a little bit of patchiness and a little bit of sort of inconsistency in the armor plating, that's fine, because it's Death Guard. I'm already at the comedy number, if you catch my drift. I like it, Will. Will you just use a rattle can for tanks? Yeah, generally, if you can. Like, if you wanted to do a black armoured tank, don't do it with Black Legion. Just save yourself the hassle. So if you want to do a black armoured tank, just spray it black. Honestly, your life will be so much easier. And in that instance, like, if you want to do... I saw Tabletop Tactics did it. They painted a couple of Rhinos for their Emperor's Children, and the Rhinos are black, and they got a couple of, like, pink accents here and there. You can just leave the doors off and paint them pink separately. But just spray it black. It'll be much easier. Can we get a cheeky kit bash video from you for this EC Demon Prince? Oh, Jack, how would I do that? You're asking me to do something I don't know how I would do that. Like, what would you do? If you were to kit bash a Demon Prince using the Demon Prince model, how would you kit bash it? What would you kit bash it with? What would you glue to it? Are you going to require green stuff to fill gaps? These are all things I don't know how to do and don't use. So we're already at an impasse there. Find a cool Slaneshi weapon to use. Possibly. I need a new Wildwood, so that's the catapult justified. I like it, Fake Street Spirit. I like it a lot. Any spare icons from the sprues? Oh, what, for Emperor's Children? Yeah, there's a couple. But then here's the question. I'm not skilled enough to do this. You know? I don't have kit bashing skills. How did you paint the pink marine, not the noisy one, but the normal one? Is there a video? Thanks. It's coming, Danny. The video will be out on Thursday. Lord Exultant is Tuesday. Tomorrow, yeah. Lord Exultant tomorrow. Infractor / Tormentors on Thursday. Just popped in to say hi and that I love your guides. Painted Scarbrand recently and he's an awesome centerpiece. Oh, I love to hear that, Anthony. Right, what are we saying on the video front? Are we at 10,000? 9.9! So close. 9,933 views on the Noise Marines video, and we've got less than an hour. I'm so close. We're so close. This is what I'm. This is. I'll show you. I'll show you this. So you can see here. These are the 9,935 views on the Noise Marines video in the first 24 hours. Typically 1.2 to 2,000 views. And that's, you know, that's where people see it. So close to being the most successful video ever. There you go, 9,939. What's your record best? My record best video in the first 24 hours would be something like 8,000, 7,000, something like that. I had no idea Volupus Pink could create such a nice pink. Yeah, just thinning it a little bit with some Lamium Medium. It takes some of that red out. Or just lessens the strength of that sort of darker pink. That's how we get it. Because I'm a slow painter, I usually watch your videos 3 years after they come out. I do the same thing when I have to look back to things. Shows 9,450 for me. Yeah, my stats are always a little bit more further ahead. Did you see my comment on the video? I did see your comment on the video. I know, I didn't use Sterland Mud. I tried to do something different. You know, variation. It's the spice of life. Variety is the spice of life. Was a nice surprise to see a new basing scheme. I thought it looked nice. It's just slightly different. Like, I didn't want to do like fully red sands, but I also didn't want it to be like, you know, I didn't want to do it brown. I was just like, let's just do something a little bit different. Armageddon Dust, shade it with Berserker Bloodshade. Literally, I was just like, this will just work. It'll be fine. And just went for it. Is the new version of Corax White smoother than the original one? Ah, well, the original one, Thomas, was called Ceramite White, and it's an awful paint. Corax White is a completely different paint. Corax White is the white paint that used to be sold by Forge World. Like Corvus Black, and Iron Warriors, and Iron Hand Steel, and Grey Knight Steel. They used to be Forge World paints. They are now Citadel paints. They don't do the Forge World weathering powders anymore. They used to do those a little while ago. Long time ago they used to do those. But they are what were Forge World paints that then joined the range. So Corax White is a paint in itself. And Corax White I think is a great paint. I really like it. But Ceramite White is the one everyone says is awful, but thinks Ceramite and Corax White are the same. They're not. Corax White is a different paint to Ceramite White. I'm not sure I still have a pot of Ceramite White. Maybe I do. Is that Ceramite White? Yeah, this is Ceramite White. And Corax White is that one. So that is a very old paint of Ceramite White. And that is Corax White. And you can see that they are different colours. Has White Scar gotten better? White Scar is not great. But it is what it is. I was surprised that I still had ceramite white there, to be fun. Your EC vid is 2.2 thousand more views than the painting coaches vid. Maybe that means contrast is finally getting the love it deserves. No, I doubt that. I would guess it's because I chose to put noise marines out first, which is the thing that will have the higher search term, because people will know noise marines, so they'll be looking up noise marines. They don't know Lord Exultants. But his video's great. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. After mine's got to 10,000 views. 45 minutes to go, chat. $9,989. It might happen. I'm so pleased. I'm very, very pleased. That also, I mean, we got to 80,000 subscribers as well over the weekend, which is great, amazing. We do it all again. We now need to get to 90, and then 100, and then at 100,000, I'll stop asking as much. I'll still ask, but 100k has been the goal for so long. Because I want a silver YouTube plaque. I want to have it. It feels like a massive monumental achievement, 100k. It feels like a mountain that's impossible to climb as well, in the same way. So, you know, the fact that it's going to be happening. But I'm really excited. And I just hope we do it this year. One thing I was wondering, how do you handle doing touch-ups when you get some contrast on a spot that should have a different contrast colour? If I get contrast paint in the wrong place before I've painted the other detail, I just go in and I either wipe it off immediately because I've made the mistake immediately, or if I miss it and I've made a mistake, I go in and I use a bit of grey sear to correct it. Now, if I get a bit of colour on a contrast paint colour that's already been painted, in that instance, we either use a little glaze that is a similar colour to iron things out, or if it's really bad, we repaint the entire area and do it again. Two months for 5k, 10 months to go. Sounds good to me. Yeah, but don't jinx it, you Mel Langmore. You've no idea. I was thinking about it earlier, though. So this thing about how to avoid making mistakes, like that, for example. And I was thinking about it, like, what is there something that I do that maybe other people don't? And I wondered how often, and it'd be interesting, like, spot poll to take with everybody here in the chat right now. When you're painting, are you watching your brush or are you watching your miniature? Is my question. Because I think a lot of people watch their brush. Ah. Yeah. Your videos. So, I was thinking about it, and the reason I was thinking about it was, if you're watching the miniature, if you're looking at the miniature, and particularly when it comes to edge highlighting, okay? If you're looking at the miniature, the brush will then come into your vision, and it might be at the wrong angle, at which point you'll adjust the miniature to make sure you get it at the right angle to do the edge highlight. If you're watching the brush, you might not necessarily have that. And I was thinking about that as I was painting. As I was painting these yesterday and today, I was like, I'm always looking at the miniature and I'm never looking at the brush. And if my eye gets distracted by the brush, That's where it goes wrong for me. The other side of it as well is move your miniature. You'll see me do it in the videos, but if you need to, say we need to paint this guy, who is finished now, by the way. Say we're painting him, and we're doing our white, right? We're doing this. We're not. If I'm painting like this for myself, okay, I will paint in this. So I'm painting my kind of contrast paint over this leg. I'll start like this, and I will move the model, and I'm just looking at the model as I'm doing it. And at this point, right, so my brush has now made contact with this leg, but I still need to do the other side of it. I will move the model and then do that. What I won't do is move my brush around like this to do it, or try and do it like that, because at this point I've broken line of sight with my model. So I move the model so I can see what I'm doing, right? And the same thing goes for, like, if I'm trying to get up under here, right? If I'm trying to get up under there, we've moved the model like this to get our brush in. We don't try and do it like this, or try and look down on it, or try and look out like this and this, that, and the other. So the advice I would generally give is move your model and keep your eye on the model, not on the brush. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm struggling to see anything. I need new glasses. Yeah, I need new glasses. It's been 3 years. Right, I need to... Seems like we're doing this every Monday, but I need to buy some tickets for an event at 7 o'clock. I'm just going to... Right, tickets. They go live in 10 minutes, I believe. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm... Odd. Oh. Wrong one. So on the 11th of June, for those of you interested, there is a Spearhead event at Warhammer World. Noob question, but what is a noise marine? Is it similar to the Games Workshop death metal band Bolt Thrower that I went to see in the 90s? It kind of. A noise marine is basically a devoted follower of Slaanesh that uses a sonic weapon that has enough power to kill other space marines. Basically, they begin in the heresy, because Slaanesh abhors silence, for silence is not excessive, but noise is. So it's an excessively noisy weapon that is basically does enough damage to hurt things. How many spearheads you will bring to the event? Oh, just the one. Asmodeus won't be allowed to just whack out 3 different ones. Shared a few shots of my skeleton Cadians in your survey in case you'd like to see how they turned out. I'd love your opinion. I'd love to see them. Where did you put them? In show off your stuff. Oh, mate, they look fantastic. Oh, I love it. Wonderful. That's so good. Well done. Which spearhead do you intend to use? Oh, I don't know. I might use one of the new ones, or I might use. I'm kind of tempted to use the Slaves to Darkness one. I don't know. I have 16 to choose from. Maybe I'll just decide the night before. That one. That'll do. I would prefer Noise Marines to whatever the sexy alternative would be. Now, here's the fun thing. I'd love to see in a universe that Games Workshop, instead of selling Noise Marines, they sell sexy Marines, and the amount of people who have to, like, people who abhor anything that isn't straight white men. The amount of those who would have to somehow get their head around sexy Marines. That would be brilliant. These are the sexy Marines. Flawless Blades have the abs. The Flawless Blades are pretty sexy. Stupid sexy Space Marines. The Seraphon Spearhead is pretty easy to do well with, and lots of pummeling. I do have that one fully painted. It is a possibility. I could also do Caradron Overlords. I could do Stormcast, both iterations of. I could do Skaven. I could do Slaves to Darkness. Could do Daughters of Cain. What else? There's loads. Fire Slayers we could do. We have all of the bits to do Fire Slayers. Just got to paint them. We have Gloomspike Gits. Just have to do a chariot and 3 more Snarlpack cavalry and buy a Snarl boss. We have the Slanesh one, which is down here. We have Lumineth Realm Lords as well. I have the cities one. Soulblight Grave Lords, presumably we will have. Hopefully, by the time that comes out. It should be out before the 1st of June. 1st of June? 11th of June. Spearhead, Fire and Jade. The Slaves one got hit a bit in the latest balance update. The original one, not the Dark Oath one. I could do the Dark Oath one. I just need to buy the Savages. I have lots of spearheads. And we've no idea what will happen between now and the 11th of June. Maybe I might even be able to turn up with one that's not even out yet. I couldn't do that. Don't talk yourself into buying new minis to finish a Spearhead. But Project Spearhead must be completed. Eventually. Sales start in a minute. Come along. Refresh. No. Refresh. Weekday Warhammer. Spearhead. Sales start in a few seconds. The Sylvaneth Spearhead has a Dirthu, doesn't it? Does it? I thought it just had a Tree Lord. I think it's just a normal Tree Lord in that one, because you get the Branch Witch as the character. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, no, I can only buy one. Okay, that's not a problem. Try and buy a second one. His sword does 5 damage. Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, done. Excellent. Right. Tickets done. Excellent. I have a Tree Lord from Stormbringer to donate if you're interested. I've already done it. I've already done the Tree Lord, Asmodeus, but thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Yes, Sylvaneth, we're all good on that front. I had to do a Branch Witch to finish it, which I did. I did a video on Branch Witch and what they called Colonel Hunters, which is I didn't need to do the Colonel Hunters, but I did it. Why does a tree even have a sword? I think the better question there, Steve, is why don't trees have swords? You know. Anyway, right. So, our next Emperor's Children scheme is the Constrictus, which is one that's in the book. And I'm going to have another look at it because I have an idea on how we do it. And I'll show you the scheme again. So I think it's black with purple highlights. But I think the way that we do it is Slanesh Grey. Not Slanesh Grey. Shaiish Purple followed by Black Templar. Or we do Black Legion and then throw Luxion Purple over the top of it. And I think that would be more interesting and different. I'll show you what I mean. I don't know how well it's going to expose, but it's not exposed very well at all, is it? Hang on. Right, so you see this one here. That, to me, I think we can get that done by doing Black Legion and then throw Luxion Purple over the top. And it'll give you a really dark purple. As opposed to doing Shaiish Purple followed by Black Templar, which will be a black purple. I think this would be a purple black, doing it this way. I also think it'll be simpler. Do you have models to test your paint schemes on before putting paint to mini? No, Thomas. We have my brain. Sometimes we do. But I think that's the way to do it. This is really overexposed now. Hang on. You can see what I mean there in that around the gorget. That's where we normally have our exposure set. You vote for Black Legion and the Luxion. Yeah, okay. Let's try it. Let's just go for it, shall we? I don't know how much of it will get done because we have to, you know, do it. So it's called the Constrictus, is what it's called. Hopefully we've got the same model. Okay, let's try it. I think that is the right play. Second sounds nice. Ooh, hello, Star Pilot. I don't think I've seen you for a while. You okay? You kicking ass? Taking names? Or are you kicking names? Anyway, here we go. So Black Legion over a Grey Seer primer, and we're going to film it. So we're going to do. This is the take I normally get wrong. So you might hear me get it wrong a couple of times because I might stumble over my words. So this will be fun for all of us, won't it? Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting another Emperor's Children colour scheme. Yes, we have a Tormentor from the Emperor's Children army set that Games Workshop very kindly sent me early to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing today. Now this one is going to be painted in one of the alternative schemes in the book, which is called the Constrictus. It's a really nice dark purple that we're going to be doing, and well, we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting. This one has been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is Black Legion. And we're going to be applying this over the top of all of the armour, excluding the helmet and the shoulders. But we're also going to apply this over the top of any soft joints in the armour. And then once we've got this all on and fully dry, we'll come back. There we go. Somehow we made it through that one. Unscathed. There's something super cool about watching and recording a video live. Oh, I'm glad you think so. There was somebody on Wednesday who did not agree with you, Steve. They then sent me threats and emails. And it really, 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 really annoyed me. Thank you, Star Pilot. You say you've been really busy with work. That sucks. I would say quit your job, but, you know, that's really terrible advice. Yeah. Oh, if you missed Wednesday's stream, they were really angry that I was streaming, and then they sent me a threatening email saying that if I didn't just make videos and stopped streaming, they were going to ruin my channel, and then called me a couple of expletives. I then received further threats on Instagram to my own person, but definitely not from the same person. Or maybe it was a different person. Maybe there are more than one persons out there who really dislike the fact that I do a live stream where I get to interact with you guys and answer your questions whilst also filming videos that will help you in the long run. And that is apparently the worst thing in the world, you know? That is a possibility. I genuinely thought that that person would appear on this stream today. Uh-oh. Message retracted, Iriel. Were you being mean? It was pretty spectacular. Well, it's like I said at the time, the gentleman in question was being belligerent in chat, but that's not enough to get yourself banned. What is enough to get yourself banned is the fact that you then resubscribe on a second account that is not in timeout to come in and say the same things. Because I can put people in timeout and be like, listen, chill out, go and have a beer, use the loo, do whatever you need to do. And come back in 10 minutes once your timeout's over. But no, that person then... Because I have subscribers only set on the chat. And the reason I have that is because a little while ago we got plagued by bots. Some of you will remember that happened. So I just put the subscribers only on just to stop people from... Basically stop that from happening. Also, you know, my live streams are for people, you know, if you want to talk to me, subscribe to me, you know? I know all the painting videos are free, and a lot of the advice I give out in these streams is also free. The least you can do is click on the subscribe button. Thank God I'm only part bot. Well, exactly. What are we on? I just need to finish the back of this guy's head, but I also need to check the picture reference again. This is a slightly annoying thing about painting from a book, because I can't have the book open. I don't have the room for it, so I have to go back to the book over and over again. And I'm pretty certain this particular colour scheme isn't available yet on the internet. I could be wrong. I haven't Googled it, but... right, I just need to check it again. Constrictus. Constrictus, where are you? Yeah, it is the entirety of the backpack as well. And we've got a bit of the helmet is actually black, so I've given some bad advice there, but that's fine. I'll just apologise in the next clip. That's how we roll round here. It's just the front part of the helmet, which should be... black, because we do the majority of the helmet in the same as the shoulders. Okay, we've got the arms and legs. Could you not photograph the book and put the picture on your screen? Yeah, but see, at that point, the photo has been processed multiple times. In that they've taken a photo, they've processed it to put it in the book. I've then taken a photo of a photo that's been processed that is then up on a screen that might not have the same color space. So in that instance, I might end up getting the color completely wrong. Really what it is a damning indictment of my ability to hold anything in my short-term memory. But that's okay. Just ask Alice what it's like to live with me. And she'll tell you, I have to tell him where I'm going to be every week multiple times before it goes in, because he forgets. I forget all the time. Sometimes in the same space of a single sentence. I was looking for you at Warhammer World on Sunday. Well, sadly, I wasn't there. Games Workshop didn't invite me. I was at home painting Emperor's Children. I will be there on the 21st of May and the 11th of June for events. If you're around, you can come and... Well, I was going to say you can happy slap me, but please don't do that. I'd be really upset. I've never encouraged that. And I don't know why I then said that out loud. That's an impulse decision. Hey! Boom, boom, boom. A little bit more. No, I've missed a bit as well. That's really annoying. No matter. We should grab it. Because we always do. And we just missed a bit right under the helmet seal. This is not an obvious place, but... it's enough for me to spot it. There we go. Got it. Boom. I'd rather shake your hands and say thanks for the video, so that's okay. That's much better, Sam. I prefer that. Veggie Tax. Thank you so much for the £4.99. The £5. Super chat. Following your tutorials for my first time, I've been loving it. Just wondering if you have a good recipe for green cloaks with contrast paint. I have one that I really like. If you check out my new Warriors of Rohan video, I really like that. Yeah, the new Warriors of Rohan video. I really enjoyed that green recipe. I thought it was great. Have you considered making more old world videos? I'm starting a dwarf army. Would be cool to see those Thane models painted. I would like to make more old world videos, Croatoan. I would. The slight downside of them at the moment is a lot of it is old models, okay? And I did the Illyrian Reavers because they were brand new. Games Workshop also sent them to me, and it was exactly the kind of thing I want to see from Games Workshop. Brand new plastics of newer models, of older models. That's what I want to see for Old World, because I think Old World deserves it, to be honest. So, yes, I would like to do more Old World content. Will I do it anytime soon? Difficult to say. I'm very busy at the moment. We'll have to see. And it won't be very quick, would be the thing. Like, I'm interested to see what happens with, like, with Wood Elves, because I've talked about that quite a lot. I'm really, really excited by the Wood Elves. But it's you know, the volume of models is really tough because it's like buying a box of like 20 infantry, painting 10 models is a significant time sink. The Thanes are new. Are they Forge World resin? Is my question. Because if they're Forge World resin, that takes even longer. Plastic. Okay. Let me look at them. Games Workshop. Thanes. Which one am I looking at? Is there a model that's even available to buy right now? Why does resin take longer? Because you have to wash it and scrub it. Because when I look up Thane on Games Workshop, I get 2 Forge World kits, so they're not plastic. I get the Dwarf Command Set and Dwarf Thane with handgun on Oathstone. What am I? Dwarf Lords with Shield Bearers, right? Shield Bearers. Dwarf Lords with Shield Bearers. Oh yeah, this guy, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's something conceivably we can do. It's just, I don't have it, so I'd have to buy it, and then I'd have to find the time to do it. And at the moment, I don't have the time to do it. So I'm not inclined to buy it right now, because I don't want to buy it and have it sit here for ages. It's not a no. It's also not a... It's not a... Yeah, we'll do it, and we'll do it in 2 weeks. Because I honestly, I don't know when I would do it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, look, I would love to make more old world content. I would. It's just it doesn't perform great. Is the thing, and I got burned really badly by the building experience of old world models. It's horrible. Every single one I've done is horrible so far to build, and it's just like, bleh, I just don't want to do it. The Tomb King's content you did make helped me out. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing is, I think, like, so as building the Illyrian Reavers as an example was a really bad experience, and it's because it's not a mainline game. Games Workshop, for some reason, decides to write the instructions in a very poor manner. So one of my Illyrian Reavers has a giant hole in the side of it because the bodies don't go together. They just don't. Well, like 2 of the bodies don't go together at all. Which one is Samael? I've only just started collecting and painting recently. Whatever Samael is made of is absolutely unacceptable. It's absolute dog. Detail and shape is so messed up. Yeah, Samael is made of fine cast resin, which is even worse than Forge World resin. What model should I ask for Mother's Day gift? Because I am sick of getting a not funny mug. That's a great question. Oof. I don't know. I mean, you've been painting a lot of Nurgle stuff. Maybe something in there? Hopefully the next one will be out. I don't think it will, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know which model I came across the other day in my photos, though? I really liked the Curseling. Came out for Age of Sigmar for the Disciples of Tzeentch. And I was looking at that and I went, that was a really cool model. And it made me want to go and build a bunch of, what are they called? Chiric Acolytes. I don't have the time to do it, but Bard's family, if it's now in stock, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, I want to, like I said, I want to make more old world content. It's just going to be a really slow grind on that front. Like I said, you'll notice in the Illyrian Reavers video, I only did 5 of the 10 that come in that box, which is not normally like me. Normally I'll do the whole box. And even for the Emperor's Children, I haven't done 6 Noise Marines, and I haven't built 5 of the Infractors / Tormentors. I'm just holding some things back. I'm trying to be a sensible boy about not trying to kill myself doing all of that kind of thing, if you see what I mean. Like, it's not worth it in terms of my mental health. So I'm being a little bit better at kind of determining what is going on and when it's going on. But at the same time, we're on the middle of doing daily content at the moment. So it's like... We'll have to see. I'm really excited to see what happens for Old World when there is a new faction in the form of Kislev or the other one, Cathay. If that happens, because it should all be new, it should all be brand new, and that I think will be a real test of the game, because they can't really do what they do with Age of Sigmar and 40k and release like 5 kits and be like, go on then, make 3,000 points out of that. Can't really do that. They have to launch it as a much fuller set of rules at least, and then the models come out not sharpish, but come out sort of generally over the next couple of months and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. We'll have to see. Guys, it happened. I've just noticed it's 7:31. In the first day, Noise Marines is officially the most successful video in the first 24 hours of Warhipster history. There it is. I'm really, really, really very, very, very pleased. You see what I mean? 8.1 thousand more than usual. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's watched the video. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is very, very kind of you. I appreciate you guys a lot. And as you can see, because the reports aren't done, but as you can see, as a consequence of all that hard work, we have made £0 from How to Paint Noise Marines. Oh, Liam's live. He wishes he knew this years ago. There you go. It normally takes like over a day for it to generate any kind of revenue expectations. Can I stop watching the Noise Marine video on loop now? You can, Woodrow Wookwood. Should we should we raid Liam if he's talking about painting? Yeah, we can raid Liam. We'll raid Liam. We'll do that. I'll set that up now so I don't forget. Customization. Wait, I didn't even see that's what he's... Hang on. Hang on. What is this thumbnail on that? Oh, I thought that was Black Legion. I was about to be like, bruh. He's talking about painting. Good for him. I'll spark one on your honor, Warhipster. Thank you, Will. I hope it won't get demonetized for being too hot. Damn, I called it. Well, yeah. No, we'll find out. We'll find out afterwards. We'll find out tomorrow if it made any money. I'm sure. Everyone knows the best black paint is Black Legion. It just is. Corvus Black is very good, though. A whole lot more than £43, I hope. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? It won't have done. You have to. It takes a little while. It takes a little while for a video to unless you like, because what you have is you have something called, I think it's called CPM. Hang on. Yeah, it's something like cost per mille or something is what it stands for. So basically, there's a case of you make an amount of ad revenue based on how many thousand people have seen that particular ad that the company has paid YouTube for, and you get a portion of that. So if let's say BMW pays YouTube or Google £10 million, or let's just keep it simple, £1 million to show BMW ads, and they show that ad to you, and they show that ad to 1,000 people on your video, you will get a portion of that based on how many other people have also had that ad shown. So it'd be like $1 million. We paid £1 million for this, and we want you to show it to this many people on this many channels, and so on and so forth. And that's generally how it's worked out. I kind of think it's based on thousand views of that ad, but not everyone sees the same ad. So you might watch my video and you might see an ad for BMW, and somebody else might see an ad for Vauxhall, and someone else might see an ad for Ford, and someone else might see an ad for something else, and so on and so forth. So the ads are targeted based on you as well. So you say you get £1 million. I wish. No, because that is then. So if they pay YouTube £1 million to show their ad to 1 million people, they're going to show that ad on 1 million channels to 1 million people, and so on and so forth. How does YouTube Premium people who have no ads work? You get a I think you get something like, you get a percentage of the YouTube premium subscription that you pay based on how much YouTube you watch, something like that. I can't remember how it is. You don't miss out, basically. Like, YouTube Premium is great for YouTube and it's great for creators. It is better than the ad revenue, I believe, unless everybody had YouTube Premium, in which case then it wouldn't be better, if you see what I mean. I believe YouTube Premium is better for the creator. I believe so. I can try and figure that out, but I can't remember. It'll say somewhere in the YouTube Premium YouTube Premium terms and conditions how it works. No, it's too difficult to figure it out. Yeah. I honestly don't know how the premium thing works. What does it mean if I'm seeing ads for Tesla? It means Tesla have paid YouTube a lot of money to advertise Tesla, or they haven't paid any money. They've paid very little money. It depends on, yeah. It's complicated, basically. But you can kind of figure it out based on, like, I can tell you, let me see what my thing is saying. Analytics. It will say here somewhere. On average, across my entire channel, I will get about £2.43 for every 1,000 views. There you go. If you want to try and figure that out, you can. So it's 0.00243 pence per view. A tattoo zoologist, thank you very much for the one gifted Warhipster membership. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right. It is 7:45 nearly. So we've got 3 more minutes of stream left. Does anyone have any questions? Or do we just quickly show the... That should be dry by now. Tell you what we'll do. We'll very quickly do the next... We'll film the next thing on this and then we'll end. So in the time that it takes me to do this, if you've got any further questions, comments, insults, super chats, like Asmodeus with the €10 saying, so we take the direct way. Thank you very much, Asmodeus. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. In the meantime, let's just do this. Let's just do a little bit of this, and we'll see how well it works. Are all of the EC primed in grey seer? They are indeed, Star Pilot. Always grey seer. So with all of that Black Legion applied, we did actually apply a little bit over the faceplate of the helmet as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to take some Luxion purple, and we're going to apply this over the top of that Black Legion to make a really, really dark purple. Just like that. That looked pretty good, didn't it? Will you highlight the Black Legion / Luxion purple? I will. I will. Let me just do this leg, and then I'll answer your final questions. And then we shall conclude the stream, at which point I will send you over to Liam. So we'll highlight this leg with... I think what we will do is we will highlight it with something quite dark purple. Maybe something along the lines of Phoenician purple. Because it's got to be really dark and scary. I think you're doing the green you did on the Noise Marine's hair on my Lord Exultant's cape. What's used for glazing out bad patches of the Striking Scorpion / Poxwalker? Skarsnik green might help you. Where is Skarsnik green? Yeah, there it is. Skarsnik green might be the one. Skarsnik green being... Oh, I just realised I'm not here. Skarsnik green being that one. It's pretty close. You can see... Oh, it's not even in focus. Hang on. There we go. It's pretty close. It's a little bit paler. You could go for maybe... War Boss green, which has got a little bit more warmth to it. Hello, Captain Manrings. How different would it be to White Scar? White Scar would just make them brighter, basically. It would just be brighter than anything that we've done so far. So this is what we've done so far. You've been lurking. I sensed your presence. For no Warhipster stream is complete without a Captain Manrings. Or a Colonel. Or a Tattooed Zoologist. Or a Star Pilot. Or a Steve. Or a Cameron. Or a Fake Street Spirit. Or a Sly Guy. Or a Death Guard Tyrant. Or a Sir Strumming Fish. Or a Sam. Or a Mini Painting Dad. Or a Edward 705. Or a Peter Collins. Or a Pridders. So many of you. Did you sense the buzzing of your phone? You buzzed my phone? You did buzz my phone. Thank you very much, Captain Rodriguez. Love, hugs, and snuggles. Out to you as well. Anyway, we are going to head off now. Yeah. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this one. Painting content aplenty coming for you. Emperor's Children on the way. More Emperor's Children tomorrow, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. And then something else on Saturday. And then we got Tale of Many Warhipsters on Sunday. Hooray. And we'll be back live on Wednesday as well. I don't know what we're going to do. But there we go. I will see you all very soon in the next one. Hand of farewell. Lots of love. And say hi to Liam. Bye.